Howdy, my name's Hilarion, and it's time I stopped threatening to do it and actually started my Dwarf Fortress video series. I've been talking about doing this for a while because Dwarf Fortress is one of my favorite games of all time, and it's also one of the most difficult and ridiculous games to get into. The UI is just abysmal and inconsistent. But it's an amazing game. And so we're going to play it. I recently, as in like yesterday, wrote a short little article, about 3,000 words, on how to choose your starting deployment in the game. You know, what abilities and things to take with you. And I figure that I ought to put my money where my mouth is and, you know, prove that it's possible to play the game using those exact, that advice. I've got with me that I'm going to be referencing primarily my notes from a playthrough of a fortress called Steak Clam, as in a clam with a spike through it or something. That was my last 3.1 playthrough, and I think my fortress lasted about 2 years before trolls came up from underneath and just murdered everybody in their sleep. It was awesome, but I got good notes with pictures on it, and so I'm going to be referring to that for a couple of ideas. As the world sits here and spins and creates, I'm not going to go into explaining why we have to go through this. I'm strongly contemplating pausing the recording and letting this just sort of skip through, but I'm still talking. So some of the things that I mentioned in my article were skill decisions and what's important, what's really not worth fretting over, animals to bring, and equipment to bring. I'm going to go with a fairly default, fairly simple initial build. We're going to have 2 military dwarves, we're going to have 2 miners, we're going to have a couple of specialists for the early game things. I'm also going to deploy with some turkeys and some sheep if I can. If not, we'll figure out some other animals if they're not available. I am probably not going to deploy with an axe. We'll go ahead and make our axe because that'll save a bunch of money. And yeah, we'll see what's available. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and let this continue generating so I can not bore you any further. Okay, this is wrapping up. We've got, I hope, 40 more years before this finishes the simulation. And I've got a good idea of what I want to go with for my initial, dwarven assignments. But first I'm going to talk, just so it's obvious, I am using Guybrush's 16 by 16 square graphics tile set for this. I'm not using any graphics packs. We're going with standard ASCIIs, which is why you've got, clubs and spades for trees and things. But I'm going to be running with that, and I'm also not running the default color palette. I'm running the natural palette just because it makes some of the blues a little bit easier to distinguish, and it makes some of the other colors a little bit less hard on the eyes, and all of that's available. Information on the wiki. Running at 1280 by 720. Normally I'd be running at a higher resolution, but the game doesn't support going in and out of full screen mode very well, so we'll see what we've got. Man, this is so close. I really wish, this is one thing that I wish would, there was a better solution to, is the world generation. I want just an archive of interesting worlds that the client can tap into natively and download Maybe even just, I don't know, this is crazy talk here, but ship the client with a default simple world. Okay, and we have a world called the Ever-Seeing Plains. And let's just pan around it real quick. Let's take a look. Oh, the friendly sea and the romantic continent. This is going to be terrible. Yeah, I don't see any, like, major blight of undead or anything, so this ought to be... This is a fairly pleasant, normalish looking world. So yeah, this will be good. Let's go with it. Alright, accept. Oh, that's right, and we have to wait for it to actually save everything out, because there's 16,000 living souls that need to be backed up to disk first. So we'll let that do that real fast. I said real fast. Now I'm also planning on choosing for my embark location a normal-ish location for a new player. My last several games that I've played have been in substandard locations. I've played in deserts and swamps and things, and undead infested places, but we're going to try for a really newbie-friendly starting location. And wow, is the game actually locking up, synchronizing this? This is impressive. I don't know if it's recording right now. I wonder. Yeah, wow. That was a lag burst and a half. Okay, but we're done. And we've created the world, we can start playing. And fortress mode. I said fortress mode. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Thank you. One thing that I really like about 3.4 is that it's actually using a little bit more space. So let's go ahead and we're going to use the find utility to locate our starting embark location. We're going to go ahead and ignore the savagery and evil sliders for now. We'll go ahead and set the temperature to medium. We will set the flux stone to, we'll go ahead and say yes. We'll say no aquifer, yes river, multiple shallow and deep metals, and we'll let it do that, and we will eyeball the rest of the search. Let's see how fast this can go. Okay, that's not too bad. That's going pretty quick there. If you choose too many criteria in the search utility, chances are you sit there waiting for it to scan the entire world, and you don't actually get anything out of it. So I only choose a few things that are annoying to look for, and we go from there. But so far I only see 3 regions that look promising so far, so that really narrows down my search, and it's worth letting it run through this way. I guess I could give up some of the metals and things, but I really like to have a river and no aquifer, so that's fun. Let's see what it suggests. It's almost done here, and bam. Okay, whoosh. And they want me to start in the backyard of the other Dwarven Kingdom. Not surprising. That is an interesting location. I'm not a huge... Let's go ahead and browse the results here. Yeah, this is hot. Is the other biome not hot? Nope, both. That is hot. So this is... Yeah, this is actually... That's going to be fun. Let's go up and look at this location. Oh, yeah, just this whole area here. We could... Yeah, they really want us to start in the Dwarven homeland here. Let's pan over to this area. Let's see what we've got here. This is more... this is Untamed Wilds. Untamed Wilds. Hot. Multiple metals. A little soil. Hot. Okay, this one looks like it might be... Yeah, alright, we'll go with this. This looks like... No, what are my other buttons here? Oh yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and look around this area. So we are going to have some hostility here. There's not a heap of a lot I can do about it. Okay, so there is an aquifer there. Let's see if I can get trees, if I can get forest without getting aquifer. Probably not. Let's see. Oh, nope. That coniferous forest right there in the corner does not have an aquifer layer. There. So we have shallow metal in most of the area here, deep metal all throughout, flux all throughout. There's a little bit of soil over there in the forest. Let's go ahead and nudge my area one more to the right here and get a little bit more of that. We don't need a ton of the running water for now, but I'd like to have some of that. So yeah, Untamed Wilds. So we're going to go with medium savage with some plants. It's going to be hot. It's going to be dry. Yeah, we're looking at tropical pine trees here. Alright. This will be fun. Let's do it. Embark. And prepare for the journey. Okay, I'm going to stop. Actually, first, before I do that, I'm just going to make sure, oh good, iron anvils are available. My last game, iron was not available for some reason. I had to make my anvil out of steel, and it was abominable. But we're okay. This looks like normal availability of goods. So I'm going to pause right now, figure out my loadout, and then discuss it once I've got it ready. Okay, I think I've got my embarkation configuration all figured out here. And I also went ahead and named all of my dwarves, gave them nicknames based on their translated last names, which gives me something pronounceable to call them by. And hey, so we're going to start with 2 miners. Knife Arm is going to be a fully skilled miner, and he's also going to be a wrestler. Because when you're fighting with a pick, when you're holding the pick because you're a miner, you use wrestling skill. So great, we got 2 of those guys. Wheel Books and Knife Arm. Goldripe is my farmer. And Brewmaster. So he's maxed out brewing skill, 3 points in herbalism, and 2 points in farming. Because early on, the skill point difference between these two makes a big difference in whether or not we can pick up the native plants and start growing some surface crops. That'll be interesting eventually, and it helps augment our booze selection. Die Sharks is the fisherman and woodcutter, and well, because he's a woodcutter, let's go ahead and also make him an axeman. So he's going to be my captain of the guard here, and he's going to be the one who has probably a dog assigned to him. Also, I give him a little bit of swimming skill because he is going to be fishing, and you never know. The next guy, Sneaked Pages, is my carpenter, and he's going to be my cook. Cook is his primary job. Carpenter is his part-time job, because we're not going to be doing a lot of wood industry here. Everything's going to be made out of stone. So yeah, he's going to be responsible for early carpentry. I'm also giving him... I'm going to go ahead and give him points in architecture. I've never done this before, so I'm going to try it. I'm giving both him and my mason 2 ranks in building designer to start out with, and see if that just helps with building construction, because a lot of times you start to build something and oops, we need to call in the architect to make sure it's sound or whatever, and we have to wait for the other guy to walk across. So this way, both of them, these are the 2 people who are most likely to be making buildings, are going to be making buildings without having to consult each other. My leader is Clutch Mountains here, and he is going to take full points in negotiation, a lot of points in appraiser, some points in judge of intent, and pacifier. And he is going to be set up as a clerk. I'm going to give him record-keeping, organizational kind of jobs early on, but we don't need skill points in these, because he'll just do them. But these, negotiation and appraisal, are a lot harder to train, so it's a lot nicer to have those just built in. And then the other guy is my mason, and also mechanic, and he's going to be the one, he's the other architect. For items in this loadout, I'm not going to bring an axe. I've decided that I'm just going to go with wooden axes for now, because sure, why not? It's something to do that's interesting early on in the game, and you know, an axe is really, really expensive, especially with the added expense that 3.7 or 3.4. Why do I keep calling it 3.7? 3.4 keeps providing with wheelbarrows. I know wheelbarrows are a lot less expensive than this, and we could make one much faster. We'll just go with it for now. We'll take the wheelbarrow to see how it works out, because I've never really played with them. They're new since the last time I've played. So iron anvil, 2 picks for my 2 miners. I'm taking 21 each of 3 kinds of booze, beer, ale, and rum, and those are the kinds that are not available, or that do not come from plump helmets. Plump helmets make wine, and so that's different. But we do have the 4 plump helmet, pigtail, cave wheat, and sweet pod, and we've got 5 each of those seeds, so we can get varieties of crops in the ground, and each of these are all the brewable crops. I don't have the other crops because, well, they make dyes, and who cares about dyeing cloth? I'm going to take 3 cloth and thread just so I have them if I need them, because this isn't going to be a big deal, but I'm going to take a couple. I'm almost going to take 1 rope, because that'll help making a well easier. We'll go ahead and take the 3 recommended quivers, just because, whatever. 3 buckets. I got rid of the splints and casts or splints and crutches, because again, whatever. If somebody breaks their leg, they're probably dead anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. I traded in, they start you off by default with some cloth bags, and leather bags are cheaper, but just as functional. So I swapped out for some leather bags, and then a whole bunch of different kinds of meat, 1 each, except for, well, I did whatever, and 11 plump helmets. So I'm starting with less food than I normally would, and that's largely because of the wheelbarrow. That's eating up a lot of my my food allowance. But we'll see how this works out. So let's go ahead and, we got to see what the fortress is called. This is Counciled Castle. I don't like that. Random name. Paddleboulder. Okay, we will go with Paddleboulder. So let's save this as Paddleboulder and embark. So here goes nothing. My game is set to autosave and pause on save and save on seasons. So yeah, we strike the earth at Paddleboulder. Blah blah blah. Please pause. Well, don't hang. I just said pause. We'll see what happens here in a second. Maybe. I'm going to stop the recording. Okay, not sure what took that so long, but here we are. And we embarked adjacent to some metal, it looks like. Let's go ahead and tab to get that out of the way here. We'll go, actually, we don't need, well, there we go. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Mudstone, limestone on, that's going to be nice. Let's see here. We have tetrahedrite. Is that tin ore? It's either tin or lead ore. I'm terrible. It's been too long since I've played the game. But let's see what else we've got. We've got some tourmaline here. So that's good. We've got some surface visible metal and gems right next to our initial embarkation location. We have sheepies. We're on a hillside though, so this is going to make setting up surface level pastures a little bit trickier. Let's see here. But man, there's a lot of limestone. Limestone, because it's a flux stone, I think I could be completely wrong here. It could very well be just more valuable by default, so that will inflate the value of my base. Oh, we got some more metal down here. What's this? Galena. This is a tin ore. That's really faint and hard to tell, or hard to see. Alright, let's see here. And flat ground, and a lot of flat terrain. And there's the little teeny brook. I really hope I can and even surface. Yeah, I'm thinking tetrahedrite might be an ore of lead. So let's go back over here. So I don't know if I want to live that close to the. I mean, this is I don't like building onto hillsides like this. So I think we're going to go ahead and choose for our initial location something a little bit less on the cliff. Although the mudstone is here. Actually, mudstone I think is still stone. So I don't think that's going to be giving me soil. A lot of different kinds of grass. Alright, let's see what's upstairs from us. Looks like it's... Oh, there's a pond up here that's going to dry out in the summer. And looking around. This is my forest. So I have my forest at the very top of this hill. And that's actually a pretty flat area up here. So this is kind of nice to build on too. We have a hillside that we can build into. I guess the other thing to check is unit list. Here's my guys. So sure enough, farmer, mason, cook, woodcutter, leader, as expected. Animals are animals as I expected. Oh, they gave me a buffalo and a horse. So those animals won't be able to breed together, so whatever. Alright, let's also see if I can... Man, I forget. What is the... Nope, not that. Let's go ahead and look at nobles. So the manager happens to be him. Oh, I forgot to give him medical skills. That's okay. We'll see if a doctor shows up later. He's also going to be our broker. Because look at all those brokering skills he has. And bookkeeper. And he's going to be doing a lot of bookkeeping and managing in his spare time. The militia commander is going to be the woodcutter. But we won't worry about that anytime soon right now. We'll organize the military when it needs to happen. So I did not see any critters around. So I'm thinking... this platform, this plateau right here is a good space to put my front yard. So how close is that? That's not that far away from where we started out. So that's good. We will make this our front door. So let me start designating some areas for removal. So first thing I like to do, I like to do a 3x3 entry hallway. And let's go with this here. So I like I do a good 3x3 hallway. Then I like to have a starting dining room and barracks, dormitory, right nearby the entrance. So that'll be that initial start, and then this will probably go up like that, and we'll also probably dig that way too. And we'll put some storage and some kitchens. We've got room for some workshops right here. So we will probably put some workshops right here. A pair of those. But that'll happen in a little bit. So we've got that designated. Let's go ahead and designate for tree removal a large portion of this forest. That's probably enough trees to last us for beds and everything for a while. And let's go ahead and make a stockpile for wood down here. We'll make a wood pile here. We will make a trash heap over here for now. And what else do I need to do? I need a general pile to put everything in, really, but that'll go inside. We'll go ahead and leave things out there for now. Let's go ahead and let's just let people loose, see what happens. We should see. Yep, there we go. Miners are coming up here real quick. So that's good. We've got 4 guys idle, I know. Hey, we're digging straight into more of the tetrahedrite. I really need to look up and see what that is, but clearly we have metal available to us. I'm seeing fish, so that's a good sign. I really hope they don't die. What's in there? Lungfish, of course. Is he doing his thing yet? Does not look like the woodcutter is doing his thing. Let's see what people are doing. He is fishing. Of course he's fishing. He always fishes. Fishing seems to be a priority thing. Now I'm also using Dwarf Therapist. So I will not be issuing a lot of control commands from within here. I'm just going to swap out to Therapist to figure that out. So I'm going to switch him off of fishing really quick-like and commit that change. And now we go to the unit list, or we unpause for a second here and let him do his thing. Alright, so we've got that there. We need, what else do we need? We need a carpentry shop, we need a mason's shop, we need, well, a dozen other shops too. This is pretty good. Now this is also, what is this? This is sand and the metal. Okay, yeah, the metal. So because we're digging into the sand, we will be able to farm in here. Let's go ahead and make this our farm. Oops. And I think that's it, because what I'm going to want is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to take 15 of each crop. So that's 1, 2. We'll just go with it for now like this. And make it work in the space allowed. Let's see. Oh, there's turtles, so that's a good sign. So there's definitely stuff to fish for. But I bet the fisher guy is actually down by the brook, not by these little ponds here. Woodcutter is no job. That's... oh! Right. Silly me. I didn't start with an axe because I'm awesome that way, and I thought I was being clever. So let's see here. Let's find our guys. And we need some wood. Well, there's only one way to get wood, is to smash the initial wagon. So we'll break the wagon down, and bam, we've got a bunch of wood now. Oh, that's our animals wandering. Okay. With this now, let's go ahead and get these guys digging again. Hopefully that will all be sandy in this area, and we'll be able to use that for the farm and not just for stockpile. But we need to build a workshop for a carpenter. Whoops. The wood isn't available just yet. Come on. It'll be nice once I'm done dealing with this slope. It just kills the camera. Oh, I know why there's no wood available. People are probably hauling it to the wood pile. Yep, that they are. Okay, now we can build a workshop, carpenter shop. And for now, the carpenter shop just goes right there, adjacent to the wood pile. So he will build that. We will give the carpenter an order to make a training axe. I'll grab one of those other logs, make an axe. And then hopefully the woodcutter, yep, he's coming to pick up equipment. Okay, great. So he's doing that. That's excellent. We need to get our stuff upstairs. I'm going to go ahead and make a pile for food up here for now, just to give people something to do. Yep, he got an axe. Now he's going to go chop some trees. Okay, we've got lumber now, so that's good. Oh, and the fisherman, or somebody picked up a turtle. Either way, we have a pile for food. That's going to give those guys something to do. And we're good for a little bit. The miners are so close. We need to... Oh, we can build another workshop. A mason's shop. Let's put the mason inside right here, like that. He can be built out of wood as well. For now, it doesn't much matter. We need a mason. And we're going to need to dig into some stone soon. That's one problem, is digging into the sand. We're not getting any stone to work with. So I think this is the point where I'm going to go ahead and sink a staircase. How's that? Yep, the food hauling is going pretty well. We're also going to make a pasture for the animals shortly. I think... I'm going to go ahead and pasture the livestock upstairs. Oh man, I don't know. We'll go ahead and put them all up here right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Designate, no. Pasture, no. What is it? Designate? It's not designate. It's... Man, what is it? This is zone I, of course. I for pasture. Because... Okay, so that'll be one pasture. And we will allocate some animals to it. And we are going to allocate the... This will be the poultry farm there. Then going to make another zone over here. And this will be for the sheep. Actually, yeah, this will be for the sheep. This will be for just those 3 animals. And then one last one we're going to take here and make that entire area a pasture for the large livestock, the horse and the buffalo. This is way more than... I don't believe hens and I don't believe poultry actually need pasture space, but it assigns them to a location and they stay there. So that's good. Go ahead and resume that, and people will start hauling those animals up. Pretty soon we'll want to train the dog. Let's see here, unit list. We're not... Others. Barn owl and a giant falcon. Neither of those are things we are prepared to deal with. If either of those chooses to go aggressive, this is going to be a very Very short game. Yay. Alright, so those are good. Let's go ahead and build, what is it? P for farm? Because obviously... Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We'll do it this way. We're going to have 2 farm plots here right now. We'll put one there, and we'll build another one there. And that'll give the farmer something else to do. Let's see, is the mason's shop is ready. We need, however, materials for him to work with, and probably the best way to do that is going to be to get some rocks for him to cut. I don't know how deep I'm going to have to go, but at this point I am willing to just mine straight down. Let's go downward stairs, upward stairs, nope, yes, and then we'll go ahead and do this for just a safe little... Actually, there's one thing, I think they added this here. I can do a designate for mine this area, and then I can go 1, 2, 3. Let's go there. Yeah, they let me designate multi-floor stuff now, so that's great. Okay, so this is up, and then this is going to be up, and then down here is going to be up, down, then down here is going to be up. Okay, so what we're doing is I'm making a staircase that is hard to fall down. It takes longer to use this sort of staircase, but nobody's going to slip and die on it because they're tired. Actually, that's that. Okay. Let's let the miners do their thing now. It's also harder to miss the large staircases because the miners will, they're just bigger on the map and it's easier to find. So I'm really, really hoping that we're going to have some stone very, very soon here. What is this? This is mudstone. So we'll see if this actually gives me rocks. I don't believe mudstone does. I think it's just another garbage material. Oh, there's a rock. Excellent. Okay, we can actually build things out of mudstone. It's just that my miners aren't miners of complete awesomeness yet. Which is one good reason it's nice to dig into the cheaper materials first. It also helps your initial dig out. Okay, so they're digging that. This is going to give us enough. We need to start... Okay, that plot and that plot, those are underway. We need to make a new task. And what we need to make is we need a chair and a table and a chair and a table and a chair and a table. That will give us a pair of table and chair for the dining room, and it will give us a table and chair for the clerk's office. We need a office for the clerk. So he is going to, I think, live right here. That'll be the clerk's office right in there. That'll be a nice big office for him. We've got enough wood here. We also need to order some beds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll order 7 beds. That'll get a lot done. We've got a little bit of, oh, what's this? Is this just a normal gabbro? Okay, good. Just a normal stone. Okay, we also have this plot is complete, so this is going to be Plump Helmet Central. In the spring you plant plump helmets. In the winter, or in the summer you plant plump helmets. In the autumn you plant plump helmets, and in the winter you plant plump helmets. This one over here is not done yet, so we'll wait a little bit. Hey, we struck a gem. This will make for a slightly nicer wall material for our boss man. I guess we also need to order a door for his bossfulness. Okay, so the clerk is going to be behind the dining room. The first room is going to be the dormitory. So let's designate. No, it's not designate. It's another zone, right? Yeah, this is a meeting area. Actually, that's not a meeting area. Let's cancel that one. That ain't it. This is the meeting area. Designate zone. And this is the meeting area. And so there we go. Now people will tend to stay there. Let's go ahead and check, though. The animals are indeed where we expected them to be. One thing that we want to do very, very, very soon is start shearing and dealing with our sheepies. But for now, we also need to train the dogs. We have some people who are idle. Let's take advantage of that. Let's build a workshop, a kennel. Where is kennel? It's probably not under workshop. It's probably just random. Kennel, sure enough, a kennel is there. Kennels are a good outside building because they don't cost us. Who needs animal training? Okay, so let's go and see who is idle. Oh, my clerk is idle. He's a perfect candidate for training the animal. So let's do that. He can train the dogs. And who else is idle? My farmer will not be idle for much longer, and my miner. Okay, they're actually both going to be working. Oh, actually, I guess we are out of stuff for the miners to dig through. So let's go ahead and resume with that. Let them keep digging. Get that hallway going. And we're going to have them dig some stockpiles. Okay. Add new task. Capture a live, tame a small animal. That ain't right. Why can't I tame... Why can't I tame war dogs here? This is worthy of a trip to the wiki. 1 second. Oh, weird. It looks like training animals is no longer part of the kennel. So we're going to designate, it looks like it's on a zone now. So we're going to designate this little area here an animal training zone. And now, I'm not sure how to choose which animal to train. Maybe it's on the list of animals? Oh, sure enough. Okay, dogs. Oh, that's nice. You can actually... can't train... No war chickens. No war cow. Alright. But the dogs are the important part. And all 3 of these dogs are set for war training. That's interesting. I like that. That's tricky and weird and yeah. Alright, but anyways, let's take a look at our inventory since we're on this screen. Because we have a guy with some appraisal skill, we actually have appraised values for things. And he is, however, not working in a... what's it called again? We do not allow you to There's no cooking of booze stock. Actually, we can, yeah, we're no cooking booze. There is, yeah, we have all of these question mark numbers because we don't have our clerk figuring things out just yet. So, you know, anything that's under 10 we can see. That doesn't really help any. I guess we need to, let's go ahead and build a, one other workshop, a fishery, which is another good outdoors shop for now. That can go right there. And, man, okay, we need to, let's make down here a good storage floor. Make just some big storage chambers. And this will give the miners something to do for now, since I'm not too horribly interested in them actually digging up ore yet. We just need to get our stuff inside, so that'll keep the miners busy for a little bit. We're going to put some storage upstairs as well, but not for now. So yeah, it looks like, oops, not that. I wanted to look at my unit list, and he is sure enough training a dog for war. That's awesome. I like that. And he is starting to make those stairs. Let's see if we can look over here. Do we have, he has already finished. If we look at the, how do we do this? I think it's T. Yeah, if we look T to look inside the building, we can see that he made a chair, a table, and a door. So that's excellent. So we will go ahead and build a door on the office. We'll build a table right there and a chair right there. Then yeah, unpausing. Oh, we're hitting other gems too. But somebody, this will get somebody to haul a door down. Yep, get that furniture in there. Once we get that set up, then he can be a clerk. We're going to set him to low grade clerkery right now because he is still responsible for those dogs. But this is good. This keeps the miners busy for a little while. One of these rooms is probably going to be a actually assigned as a rock storage room. Hey, war dog. Animals. No, Z. Animals. First war dog. You. Oh, we don't do it from here, do we? We go to the unit in question. So let's go to the dwarves, and the woodcutter, who's the one out and about the most, who's also the fisher, is going to be the one who gets assigned a dog. So preferences, work animals, and assign a dog. Enter. There we go. And now, if we look at the dogs, that one's got a name. Yay. Okay. Back to where we were. And sure enough, yep, now a dog is going to start chasing him around. One of the next things we're going to want to do is actually build a fence around the pastures to keep the animals safe from things. There's another war dog, so he is speeding up. Ooh, did we hit water under? We did, because I'm a noob. Okay, that's right, because there's water right there. Alright, and they're going to freak out about all of that. Yeah, it's not a terrible bit, but it's annoying nonetheless. Okay, let's see. Those plump helmets were planted. We need to plant something else. And let's do sweet pods, because those are a different booze crop, and those are the ones we have. Then in the summer, let's do pigtails, autumn, cave wheat, winter, plump helm, actually winter, we'll leave it fallow for now. I'd rather leave it fallow than have another thing of plump helmets going. So that's good. So now the farmer will be able to plant something else. Something else, something else. Q! Let's make this a dining room. Let's assign it to that guy. Let's make this one a study and assign it to that guy. And now if we look at the nobles list, he has his requirements. And now we can go into his bookkeeping settings and tell him to keep things, yeah, lowest precision is fine. So that will allow him to, I guess, round things to 2 digits. But that's better than nothing. We'll get him going. Actually, are all of the dogs trained yet? He is still training the last dog, so that's good. We will let him train that last dog, and then we will see about... Man, they're gonna be forever. Yeah, see, there's the damp stone. Okay, fine. You know what? This is a bad idea, guys. Here, cancel, remove the designation for this entire area for now. You ignore that, and you dig somewhere else. Sheesh. Okay, so now all of the dogs are trained. We also have enough... Q? No, what is it? Is it... Oh, jobs J. This is new. This is interesting. Looks like we can actually assign individual users. But what I really want to do is I want a manager, and I want a new order, and what I want to order is, let's say, 6 tables out of rock, and we'll make 6 of those. And we also want to order 6 chairs, and that will give us enough for enough furniture to fill the dining room and let people actually start eating in the dining room. We also need to put the beds. I bet build bed. Yep, sure enough, beds are made. We have all 7 beds are made, so build bed there, bed there, bed there, bed there, bed there, and bed there. And then the boss man gets his own bedroom to start with. Makes him happier, makes him work harder, right? I sure hope it does. But we've got beds in now. Okay, you Q, and go over here and make this his bedroom, and we will assign it to him. So he owns all of this. This is going to make him very happy. He's totally going to be the mayor. We also want a door out of, you know what, wood. One door. Max priority. And that will allow us to put a door on the bedroom. Let's see here. What are people doing? I bet people are eating. Yeah, people are hungry. Sure enough, thought so. That's why nothing's getting done. Mosquito woman? Zoom. Flying. Awesome. Outside, a mosquito woman. That's horrifying for neighbors that close. Alright, but we've got 3 war dogs, so they will, but yeah, see, yay, and the clerk just ate a meal in, oh, is he? Yep, and he's sleeping in his bed now. So we're going to go to him now. We're going to bookkeeper. See, he's got his meager office and quarters and dining room, and so that's great. But what we want to do is we want to change his settings and give him accuracy at low precision now. And that will allow him to bump things up, because if we look at our stores, we still don't have 2-digit accuracy on our inventory. We know we have roughly 2 digits worth of things. But that's as close as it gets. And we're not entirely sure what our created wealth is either, because we don't know how much we've created. Build door. Oh, no, it needs door. Because our manager is sleeping right now. Okay, we're going to make that whole thing a bedroom, and that is the dormitory named this is Casa de Noob, and this is where the newbies all sleep. So that's great. Build table. Let's see how many of these tables we have. Table. Oh, we got a couple. We'll put one there. Chair. One there. And one there. Okay, excellent. So we can start making that dining hall an actual dining hall as well, and people can eat indoors. Oh, there's the door. Build door. Door goes there to keep the bedroom quieter. Oh, let's see. What else can I do? I should probably start getting some crafting ready. Not actually going to craft things, but we are going to get a crafts dwarves build workshop R. Hey, I remembered the key. And the craft dwarf will have a shop there, and we will use that to make some nest boxes for our birdies. And let's go up here. Let's see where the zones are. The zones are right there. So we are looking at, that is the corner. Actually, this is the corner. So we're going to want to build a fence here down to this little. Okay. So we're going to construct a wall. And I'm going to make the wall there. And we're going to make it out of, actually we're going to make it out of stone, not wood. And wall there out of stone. So that will be the start of our wall. The mason still has a couple more things he's working on, but he should be able to do it pretty quick. And look, people are actually eating in the dining hall now. That's excellent. Build table. He's doing it pretty quick too. Yep. Okay, yeah, he's working on that order now. So if we look at UM, we see that the table is working. He hasn't started on the new chairs yet. That's fine though. We'll get those and have a lot of stuff for people to work with. Okay, so that's good. People can eat and stuff now. We need to make some more stockpiles. We need to make a pile for the farmers exclusively. Let's see. The miners still aren't done down there, so I'm not going to send them back to do with that yet. Let's see how this is doing. The woodcutter is almost done cutting wood. As soon as he is done cutting wood, I am going to permit him to be a fisherman. Let's see what that does to people. But people are sleeping now, so let's see what time it is. It is mid-spring, so this is mid-month, or second month, end of second month. We're 2/3 of the way through the season. So we'll see how far we can get in this season and call it an episode. But hopefully, we've even got some of our first crops coming in, so that's a good sign. Bam. But we need to start cooking. That's probably one of my next priorities. I'm gonna put all the food production and storage up here. So let's go ahead and make those there, like so. And now we wait for the dwarves. There we go. Yeah, he's not gonna... They do tend to prioritize higher elevation stuff than lower elevation stuff. Or newer tasks. I don't know how the prioritization is. Build, workshop, kitchen. No, kitchen with a Z. Okay, kitchen is in upper right. Let's see what the still is. Is still is with an L, and still is there. Okay, excellent. So that'll be good. We'll put the still there. We'll put the kitchen there, and we will dig. Build dig. No, build dig. No, designate dig. Right. Whatever. Entryway into the workshops back there. And this other empty space is where we're going to put the slaughterhouse and tannery and things. But we've got food production going on. So that will be nice. We should probably make a stockpile for everything that isn't already in a stockpile. So I'm going to make a pile. It's just going to go right here. And that pile is going to take, that is going to be a furniture pile, but we're going to customize it. And we are going to allow furniture and finished goods and cloth and leather. And that's probably all we need to do there. So that will allow everything else that was down with the wagon right here. See what else is left by the wagon. So we've got, you know, our bags and quivers and stuff. The anvil, that's kind of important. I mean, obviously, kobold's not going to run off with an anvil, but still, it's good to have that up there. Okay, so that's good. And now, hey, look, we've got a still and we've got a kitchen, and I'm going to go ahead and tell them to open up the full width of that there, just because that'll give us some room to work with that. So food is going to go indoors as soon as that's done, but for now we'll go ahead and leave that. One other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have stockpiles for seeds and for raw plants go there in a bit. That will allow the farmers to do that more quickly. Let's see, is that wall coming up? That wall is coming up. The mason is actually doing that. That's great. If we had a stone pile for him to haul from, I bet it would go faster. But I don't mind him taking a little bit of time. Oh, did we not? We did never get that done either. Yeah, we've got some people who are idle again, and we need a crafter. The woodcutter... Now, who's my carpenter? Because he's the next most useless guy. The carpenter is the one who needs this sort of job. Where is he? There he is. Sneaked Pages is the carpenter. And we will give him some crafting. And we will give him... We'll go ahead and tell him how to woodcraft and stonecraft for now. And we will tell him that he's responsible for those jobs. He is also the cook, which is why he's... Yeah. He's going to be occupied, but this will allow him to finish that, because right now nobody's telling him to cook anything just yet. We're waiting for the kitchen stores to be finished hollowing out. Come on, you. Any day now. There we go. All right. Pile. Food. The way this works is we have a stockpile for food like so. We have a stockpile for food like, oh, about so. and one like so. And now we customize each of these. Yeah, settings for this pile here. So the small one is where disable food, enable food. This is where all of the raw food goes. This is just where unprocessed meals go, so no prepared food of any sort. And no drinks either. No drinks. Forbid drinks of both kinds. And seeds. Seeds are not allowed to go in here either yet, because seeds will go in another place. But this is where all of the raw plants and meat and fish will go. Then probably the smaller of the piles is going to be the booze pile. So this is for only, you're going to forbid all of this. We'll allow them to have drinks, but that's all they will be allowed to have. And then we will set the settings on this one, and this will be prepared food only and no drinks, and of course no seeds. So this will be where cheese and cooked things can go. And wow, there's better give orders and things too, but right now what we do now is we simply, yep, and sure enough they're going to take all those things inside, so that's good. So close. How's our time doing? We're late spring. We've got 20-something more days. I'm going to tell the miner to go ahead and do that. Manager, he still doesn't have those because he's working on building the turkey wall. If we go down here, he clearly made some things here, so we are going to UMQ a nest box out of rock because it's cheaper. And I don't remember how many female turkeys I started with. I think it was 3. I'm pretty sure it was 3, so I'm going to go with 3 nest boxes here. So that'll be good. And then once that's done, it's time to start. We need to order a barrel, like 12 of them, and a bin, like, 6 more of those, and those will be nice. I guess we can make, there's stone equivalents of some of that, but we still have a carpenter with some skill, so he can carpent with the wood that we have for now, since it's lighter. And the mason's busy protecting the chickens, slowly, slowly, slowly. We've struck more gems. Where did we struck gems? Probably down here. Yep, sure enough. Okay. You know what, guys? Pile, stone, all of that is a rock pile. And the settings on that rock pile is it is non-economic stone and not clay. And not actually even ore. This is just a rock pile, rock pile. But we will allow a couple of bins. Actually, you know what? We won't set those. We'll just let them go. And this will give the idlers something to do with their time. Let them start hauling rocks into a common place. And we will start putting the prettier rocks and things in another one of these rooms. But this is about as peaceful and uneventful of a first month or first season as I've had in a long time, where 20 days away from the end of the month. People are kind of, looks like they're thirsty. Is that it? How are we doing on drinks? We have, oh look, our clerk is giving us good numbers now, so we definitely need to worry about food at this point. We are producing fish and plants, but people are eating raw food. The plump helmets have to be brewed, and all of these other things should be cooked together, especially those turtles, because, well, yeah, turtle. So we will go ahead and, the carpenter is my cook, but the drinks are what I'm actually more worried about right now, so we're just going to put brew on repeat and see what happens, see if we have any empty barrels. Louse man, really, we are in the land of the bug people. That's kind of terrifying. So let's let this happen. Not a lot's happening. Woodcutter doesn't have a job because we told him to stop fishing. So let's tell the woodcutter he's allowed to fish again. Dude, be thou a fisher. Yep, and he's off. So he will start bringing in food again. And hey, he's got an axe on him, I hope. And he knows how to use it. So that'll be good. And hey, crops and things all figured out. This is great. Nest boxes. Are the nest boxes already built? The nest boxes just finished. Excellent. So we can build a nest with a big N. And we are going to build them right here. We're going to put one there. We're going to put one there. And we're going to put one there. Now, I want one of these and only one of these to be fertilized. So we will have to watch these closely, and the minute a hen claims a nest, we will forbid it, and that will keep the dwarves from collecting from there. So let's see. But we have to wait for the nests to be placed. See, pause. I bet. What are the odds that that one's already been claimed? Nope, hasn't been claimed yet. So that's good. But chances are very, very high that... Oh, see, look, there's a hen. That one is sitting on there, and look at there. There's eggs on both of those. So we are going to take that right there, and we are going to forbid those eggs. And that will prevent dwarves from collecting those eggs and leave them in there to be harvested, or to be fertilized and, you know, grow up to be 13 full-size turkeys to be, you know, eaten later. I'll probably eventually have like maybe 6 layers, and then any other turkey that makes it to adulthood is food. So that's great. But eggs, I mean, as you can see, that's a lot of eggs. That's a whole lot faster. Bam. Then okay. Oh, but it looks like somebody's already taken... Let's just see if they've... See, those ones they've left alone, and that hen is going to stay sitting on there forever. But those others, looks like they've already been... So if we look at our stores in our kitchen, and they haven't been delivered yet. Nope, there we go. We have hen eggs, and we can cook those. We also have wine, which we refuse to allow them to cook yet. They're not going to cook. Actually, they can cook wine. That's fine. We can use wine and turkey eggs for dinner, I guess. And at this point, what other tasks did we have scheduled? Let's see here. We needed some more wooden stuff, but the carpenter is being a carpenter at this point. He's going to be a while. Those rock thrones are being made. We can build the rest of those tables out. Table there. Table there. Table there, I guess, and table there. And chairs. Where do we have chairs? We only have one chair. But the more of those that we get in the room, the nicer the room appears. So we have 2 wild war dogs. We have 1 assigned to the guy whose job is to be outside. So the carpenter, his job is also to be outside for now. That's almost done. But people are hauling rocks and generally just doing stuff. So this is pretty productive and nice. I'm going to, as soon as the seed pile down here is done, we're going to designate a pile for seeds right here and a pile for raw food right here. So this is Q, change settings. This does not allow animals. This is for food only, and it's only for seeds. And this one here is, again, not for animals, it's for food only. Block all, and it's only for unprepared plants, raw plants. And now, this one will, so this pile will give to this pile here. And if I see this pile will, does it say it will take from that pile? Excellent, it will. Okay, great. So what'll happen is they will pick the plants, drop them here, and then later hauling will haul them up there where they can be cooked and brewed from. This one, and now we can get rid of the outside food stores. Designate, no, pile, remove designation, and we're going to get rid of this whole food pile designation that I have down there. And all of that will need to go inside now. Resume. So now people will haul food indoors. We should probably order some. Let's make some doors. So yep, he's doing his thing. He's fishing. We have food and drink and a clerk who needs to be told to up his... Yeah, let's have him attain medium precision now. Eventually we will have high precision and we'll keep him set at probably highest or something, just so... Or... Then we will take some lavish meals, and let's make 5 of those suckers. And yep, look, more things are happening. So that's awesome. We'll start making some stone barrels. Of course, this is good skill for the mason building that wall. And you'll notice how the 1 eggs that are still in the nest box, the hen is staying with them. I think that's kind of cool. But otherwise we got 25 eggs out of that first batch. And that was, 25 units of food for the equivalent of 6 or 12, dwarf bucks starting value. If we look at the hen eggs, I guess I need to look at them in the how are we doing for food? Food, we have yeah, we're getting kind of low on food. Let's go ahead and max priority the cooking, and let's make easy meals 3 a higher priority than that, because we don't need any more barrels for the brewmaster to do his thing. Hey, we got a masterpiece? That's kind of cool. I wonder what he made. It's the mason. So we have like a masterwork chair probably going into the dining room. Oh, and his second to last chair, I bet even. Let's look inside. Yep, look at that. It's pretty. So, here we are. We will get more dwarves very soon, hopefully. It's going to get hotter, so this pond is going to dry up. Hopefully the brook will not, but this pond up here will. And so the fisher is going to have to start going further and further to more hazardous locations. But for now, I'm really content. All right, that's the end of the season. We'll take a look, do a quick inventory check, and call it an episode. As soon as the save finishes. Wow. Oh, this is taking forever. I play Minecraft off of a USB hard drive, but this is off of my good hard drive. Because that's where it wound up going. And so I'm confused why it takes so long. I guess because it's compressing and they're huge and lots of little files and whatever. But as soon as this finishes saving the game, we are going to take a look at what all I was able to accomplish in the first season. Okay, let's take a look here. We have our unit list. We have all of our dwarves are happy. We have war dogs. We trained our dogs. We did not get any. We didn't milk or shear the sheep once, so that's a little sad. But figure the ewes are pregnant, and so we're going to have lambs soon, so that'll be nice. The horse and the buffalo are just kind of chilling. Should we ever... Oh, they're both female, though. So there's a good chance that they will be impregnated when the next visitors show up. Yay, lice men. We have most of our food stores moved inside, but not all of it. We have crops set up. It's the new season, so crop rotation is happening. And that'll be fun. We've got a big storage chamber starting to shape up downstairs with rocks being designated to go into a pile over here. We have a good bit of random ore that we just sort of happened across that we'll need to start organizing. I haven't seen any indication of coal anywhere, so we'll have to think about that a little bit. Our food supplies, we're very, very low on raw food, but we're doing pretty well for other. We've got, you know, we still got some of our starting meat and some of the fish that we fished up. We've got a lot of plump helmet seeds, so the next time he sits down to plant that, he's going to fill that up. We're going to have to do something with excess seeds pretty soon on that. Going to be brewing all of the plump helmets and sweet pods we have. And again, we have plenty of things to drink, still have a good variety. We've got eggs. Those are going to start getting cooked along with all of these other meats. Eventually it's going to be wine and eggs getting cooked together to make meals. Let's see, what else do we have? Anything else interesting in here? We didn't really make anything else. We had one masterwork chair here get made, but that was about it. Nobody has... Oh wait, nope. Our cat did adopt somebody. A cat adopted one of the miners. That's fine. That'll keep him happy. Yeah. So we're doing all right. So that is the end of Season 1 of Paddleboulder. We created 4,500 dwarf bucks worth of stuff, mostly in furniture and holes in the wall. So my name is Hilarion. and I will see you later. Bye-bye.